to get your ticket before they sell out.
West Yellowknife Trading Post has everything under the sun. Soaker tubs 50 by 28 inches, only $7.99. 60-inch tub and shower enclosures just $4.95 each. Don't pay big box prices, but hurry, limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
So we are so lucky once a month to have the Chattanooga Zoo come our way, and usually when Eric Jackson comes, we're going to see, some cute little animal we're imagining. And this morning we're all agog because you brought a what?
A Honduran milk snake.
But he looks a lot like, what type of snake?
He looks a lot like a coral snake, but they're completely different. So
Okay.
this snake is non-venomous, completely harmless to humans, as opposed to coral snakes who, have a pretty deadly bite.
Yeah.
One thing you can look at and tell that it is a Honduran milk snake is the order of the bands. So it's typically a red color, and on the outside of the red are two black bands. That tells you it's a milk snake.
Okay.
Now if it were the yellow bands outside the red, that would tell you it's a coral snake and to stay away.
Okay.
So yeah, Gency is its name, and he's completely harmless.
We've had a number of snakes on the show over the years. I think that they are fascinating. I'm not really crazy about holding one, but I'm not afraid of them.
Would you like to touch?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'd
so
love
just
to
kind
touch
of
them.
go with the scales.
This way.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
They're fascinating, and their markings are so intricate.
Well, it's fascinating because, the whole purpose of it being red, yellow, and black is purely to camouflage itself from predators, because predators see that color scheme and think it is a coral snake or a venomous snake, and they stay away.
Oh, really? That's brilliant.
Yep.
Now, his head is kind of large. He doesn't have a very pointy head.
Yeah, it's very kind of directional, as opposed to, we have a gaboon viper that's almost triangular in shape, very, very distinct. So it's fascinating how many different sizes they can come in.
He is tightly coiled.
Yes.
He's liking that very much, the way you're holding him. So you can't really see the underside of him, but the markings extend, but they're different. The red does not go to the underside, I don't think, does it?
I think it actually kind of does
Does
wrap.
it?
Yeah, if you kind of look, it wraps around kind of all the way around.
Oh, okay, yeah, it does.
So it's a 360 view.
Okay.
So yeah, he's wrapped on tight. He's not going anywhere.
We're in snake season now, aren't we? They're all coming back out.
Yeah, you have to be careful. With the tall grass kind of growing now, we're getting into the summer months. You need to be really careful out there.
But you don't want to hurt one.
No, they're great with, especially with pests and infestation. Specifically for this milk snake, you find them a lot in barns and whatnot, with rodents and whatnot, keeping those out. So they're a great help.
So even though he's called a Honduran milk snake, would we find him here?
No, so this one specifically is native to Honduras and Costa Rica. We do have native milk snakes kind of around. And fascinating name, milk snake. It actually derives from a folklore tale where farmers believed that at night these snakes would go in and kind of suck the milk from cows at night, which is obviously not true, but that name kind of stuck. I don't know, but it's been that name ever since.
When I've watched him as he's kind of climbing around you, and I think he's trying to burrow in, where he's looking for an opening in there.
Right.
But his tongue is always moving.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
A little bit, yeah. When he's kind of sliding around, the tongue will kind of feel like a little slight tickle. It is kind of ticklish.
And that's his sensor?
Yeah, so that's how he smells, is with that tongue. It's very similar to actually red pandas have the same thing with their tongue. If you watch them, they'll stick out their tongue to kind of have that sense of smell.
Yeah.
But right now he's probably coiled up pretty tightly because my hand is pretty warm. In his enclosure we have a big heat lamp that he stays under normally, so probably just kind of adhering to that warmth.
Eric, you haven't been at the zoo that long.
No.
Have you learned a lot?
I have a lot of animal facts specifically. I've been training with our wonderful keepers staff, and they've been so helpful in just teaching me about conservation and animal facts in general, so it's been wonderful.
So you wanted to talk today and to let, what's his name again?
Gency.
Illustrate the importance of memberships at the zoo.
Yes.
But also volunteers. You too can come and be a volunteer and learn.
You can, yeah. Anyone can come and be a volunteer. We have a wonderful volunteer program headed up by our awesome staff member, Heather Bateman. I'm doing a series right now interviewing different volunteers, talking about what they do on a day-to-day basis. There are two different tracks that you can go down. There's the animal care track and the education track. Education track is typically, you'll be around the zoo answering people's questions about specific animals, leading mini zoo tours, helping with giraffe feedings, school
Which
buses.
Is so fun.
It is so fun. And then you have the animal care side, which is helping with the petting zoo and just animal care in general. So, depending on what you want to do, there are options for both.
Is summer camp full?
Summer camp is full and thriving, yes. There are, with summer camp and field trips going on, there are so many people at the zoo right now.
Well, then if you missed your chance to sign your kids up for summer camp, go ahead and get that membership at the zoo. And does it include the water park?
It does not include the water park, but there are a lot of really cool perks that I don't think people know about. There are three basic tier systems to our membership. There's the contemporary one, which covers one member and a guest. That's about $63.95. Then we have a family membership price, which is about $94.95. That covers 2 adults, every child 18 and below in the household, and then 2 additional half-off general admission tickets with guests. And then we have a third kind of bigger one, which is a family deluxe, the same as the family, but it gives 6 guest passes with an additional 4 half-off general admission tickets.
And don't you get discounts at other zoos?
You do, yeah. There are a lot of really cool perks. You get discounts and free admission to over 160 different zoos and aquarium nationwide.
Yeah.
You get, exclusive access to, special events that we have going on at the zoo. You get discounts at Wild Burger, which is our on-set eatery. You get discounts at our gift shop that we have, and you get subscription to our quarterly magazine Chattanooga, which is really cool and informative.
Some of the happiest memories of my whole life are when my kids were little and we always would have a membership to the zoo. And it was so fun because, it's a boring day, nothing going on, and you could just then say, okay, let's go to the zoo.
Right.
And I had already paid for it.
Yep.
It was just so much fun to watch them play and learn.
We're open 7 days a week, so, whatever day you're available, we'll be open and ready to teach.
And children only can know of the world by what you expose them to. And so to think that they could go and see these animals and then ask you 1,000 questions in the car on the way home, and you won't know the answers, so you'll have to go Google it to give them the answers.
That's right.
Thank you so much for bringing, is it a him or a she?
It is a he.
For bringing him. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The numbers are in, and the Markite team has helped more buyers and sellers than any agent, team, or group over the last 20 years. So in this rapidly changing market,